Hi, it's Lucy here, and I've got some new gorgeous washi and PET tapes from the Washi Tape Shop, and I thought I'd show you a few of the ones I'm using today. They always arrive wrapped so beautifully in pink tissue paper. Every order I've ever received comes like that. And the first pack I'm opening is a full set. It's absolutely stunning. Have a look at this. It's called Auric Rose, and there are gold accents on each of the tapes. There's a floral border tape and two floral tapes that are all pre-cut, which makes them so easy to use. And also keep watching for some extra tips in today's video too. I forgot to capture this on video, but the border tape is trimmed around each of the flowers. It's really pretty. I'll be sharing a card I made using this set, as I couldn't wait to try the tapes out, and I even quickly decorated the inside of the card and the envelope to match. But because I'm focusing on Christmas today, most of the cards you'll see will be Christmas themed. And while I'm sharing this set, just a quick note, the Washi Tape Shop is having a Black Friday sale at the moment. And so if you use the code Friday, it will take 20% off if you're grabbing anything. And I'll pop the shop link and the discount code in this video's description box. Using that link lets them know you found them through my video. Next up is a Christmas floral washi tape called Holly Bloom. I use this one quite a lot in today's video. I think it might actually be my favourite Christmas tape this year. It's also pre-cut, and like all of the Washi Tape Shop tapes, the roll is really generous. I think all of their tapes are 5 meters long, which is roughly 16 feet, but don't hold me to that. Just double check the details on any tapes you're looking at, but all of the ones that I have, I think have all been 5 meters so far. And another set I'm using is called Frozen World, which has these long wintry picture strips. They're perfect for quick cards where you only need one image and a sentiment. You can buy it on its own or as a bundle with a coordinating PET tape called Crystal Garden. And I forgot to record that, but you will see it afterwards because it has winter images that work beautifully with the Frozen World designs, and I add them together on a card later to create a larger scene. This one is called Fleur de Lune, and I'm excited to use it after the Christmas cards are done. This next one is called Midnight Noel, and it's full of lovely wintry Christmas images. It's 7 centimeters wide, which is just under 3 inches. And then next up is a beautiful floral PET tape that I cannot wait to use. I've already die cut some circles with it, so if you'd like to see me create with these non-Christmas tapes soon, let me know. This one is called Frosted Meadow, and it comes in washi or PET and has another matching tape with alphas and more images that you can buy in a bundle or buy separately. The loop on this tape is 100 centimeters long, which is about 39 inches, so you get a full meter of different images before it starts repeating again, and I think that's likely on most of the tapes too. Here's another non-Christmas design, and I actually ended up making a bonus card at the end of this video with this one. I just couldn't help myself. It's called Harvested Bloom, and there are 8 cards in today's video, and I'm sharing a really easy design that works beautifully with washi and PET stickers. And you can use this idea for any occasion depending on the tapes or stickers you choose, which you'll see in just a moment. And this tape is called Winter Dreamscape, and I've made a card example that I'm about to show you. The tape is full of sweet images that are perfect for this card design, and it's also pre-cut, so there's no fussy cutting involved. Most of the tapes from the Washi Tape Shop are now pre-cut. And this tape comes in a washi version too. Most of their tapes come in both washi and PET. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'll explain a bit more about PET in just a moment. And here's the first card example using that gorgeous tape set with gold accents. I used the border tape along the top and bottom of the card and added some individual floral stickers to the sides. And I even embossed the panel after placing the stickers for a fun effect. If you'd like to see me make more cards like these using non-Christmas designs, let me know. I'd love to create more of them. And I also added the floral border to the inside of the card and the envelope, plus a single flower on the back to make the lovely matching card and envelope set. And here's another quick example of adding stickers to create a border, and this time I used the Winter Dreamscape PET tape and added thin gold and red borders. And then this card is using the Holly Bloom tape, which I'll be creating with shortly. I also have a more mature version of this card, plus another card that takes it to the next level, and I can't wait to share those with you. And then there's this one using the same tape but slightly different. I added the stickers to the borders and placed a large sentiment in the center so it looks like pattern paper behind now. Okay, let's get started on creating cards because I've got 4 to make. And to start with, I have a piece of white cardstock that's slightly bigger than the size I want to use. And here's a tip, if you ever have trouble getting washi or PET stickers off the tape, try removing the negative part first, and that way you're left with just the stickers on the backing. And I'm going to start by adding some of the larger stickers, and then I can fill in the empty spaces in between. Look how beautiful this looks with just one sticker in the corner. You could just add a large sentiment in the top right hand side and have a gorgeous card finished. I like to cut off any overhanging pieces and use them elsewhere on the panel if they fit, like this leaf. I have a little gap to fill in the corner, so it's perfect for that spot. Do you notice that I use my die as a guide to see where to place the stickers? It's so helpful for getting everything positioned nicely. And when it comes to creating white panels, if you don't have rectangle dies, and just as a side note, my rectangle die set is the item I use most in my craft room. I highly recommend getting a set that has a rectangle the size of your cards, plus smaller complementary sizes, and these are often called nesting die sets. I have links below to rectangle die sets, one for Australian sized cards and one for American sized cards. And if you don't have dies at all, you can always just cut a piece to whatever size you like. Just make it slightly bigger than you need so you can trim off any overhanging stickers or paper. And once I've added the final pieces to the panel, I can die cut it to the rectangle that's one size smaller than my card front. And this is where you really see how lovely it looks with nice clean edges. Now it's time to find a sentiment, and this is an older sentiment die and sadly it's no longer available. I couldn't decide which colour sentiment would look best, so I tried cutting it in 2 colours. As it happens, I don't love that, but it was worth a try. And the gold sentiment won't go to waste. I can use it as a layer underneath another gold sentiment. And you could choose red, gold, or even green for the sentiment, but since I've already added a thin gold border to the panel, I may as well stick to the gold. And I'll finish it off with some gold pearls. What do you think? It's turned out really pretty, hasn't it? Here's the earlier example alongside it. Same idea, but slightly different. And now let's take it up a level. I wasn't sure how this would turn out, but it's actually my favorite. And with this next card, I feel it's important to create the card front the same size as my card for this design. I've got a fresh white panel again, and I'm going to cut out one of the sentiments from my members sentiment sheet. Members receive these as part of their membership, and they're such a handy way to have ready to use sentiments for your cards. I hope you're all enjoying them. I'll cut close to the words, but this is just to use as a guide for where the sentiment will go. I won't stick this one down. I'll just lay it on the panel so I can arrange the images around it. And if you're not a member yet, but you're interested, don't worry, I'll have the details in the description so you can see what's included. It's only $4 US or $6 Australian a month, and it's such a lovely way to support my channel while getting some fun little extras. And now, can you guess how I'm going to make this card a bit different from the last one? Apart from turning it up into a portrait orientation. Let's see if you got it right. Okay, now my panel's ready to go. I'm going to cut out the inside of this panel to create a double layered card. Did you guess correctly? I haven't really tried this before, so I wasn't sure how perfect the cutting needed to be. As it turns out, my original makeshift cutting works well enough. It really doesn't need to be perfect. And if I was going to, say, give this to my sister who's a crafter, I'd definitely fussy cut it more evenly and carefully. But I wanted to show the end card that it looks great without spending ages cutting. And I have this amazing pair of fussy cutting scissors. I'll link them below. You can get them in America as well as Australia. And they really help. So you'll want a sharp pair for easier cutting, especially on the inside like this. But if you don't have a super sharp pair of scissors, you could always use this technique just for the top and bottom, cutting them as borders. And that way it's much easier than cutting all the way inside the panel. While I was cutting, I added 2 large stars and they ended up covering a bit of the sentiment. Had I have added them with the rest of the stickers, I would have known, so I'll just peel them off and trim the extra bit of white card. No one will ever know they were there. I could have placed them directly on the sentiment part, but this time I've left it as is. And next I'm adding foam tape to the entire top panel. I think it's really important not to be stingy with foam adhesives. You want your panels and elements to sit evenly so the card has a nice professional finish. The easiest way to add the top layer is to add it to the sentiment piece first. The most important part is that the sentiment and top panel are aligned, and to make sure the panel is completely even, I'll add a scrap piece of white card at the bottom where the sentiment piece isn't, and then I can attach the whole panel to the card front. And that finishes the card. What do you think? Would you even notice the cutting isn't perfect? Do you like this card idea? Would you like to see more versions using my other tapes? I could make these all day. I absolutely love them and I love how it turned out. They're so much fun and each one will turn out a little different each time. I love making wintry scenes, and this scene I'm creating today doesn't even have to be a Christmas card. It works beautifully for winter birthdays or thank you cards too. I'm going to create a larger scene using one of the Frozen World stickers, and I'm adding a few images from the Crystal Garden tape as well. That's the tape I completely forgot to show at the start of the video, so you get to see a bit of it here. Both of these are pre-cut sticker tapes, so no fussy cutting at all. And while I'm putting this scene together, you might be wondering what PET tape actually is, especially if you're new here. And PET tapes are printed on a clear glossy film and they have this beautiful crisp detail that really pops on a card. They also tend to layer a bit better than washi because the edges are transparent, so you don't get those obvious outlines. But something to know though is that not all PET tapes are the same. Some have a solid white ink layer behind the artwork, which means the colours stay bold and completely cover what's underneath, which makes layering really easy. And others have only a light or partial white layer, so they're a bit more transparent. Still gorgeous, but they don't hide the layer below quite as much. You're much better to have them sitting side by side than layering them up. But either way, I love using PET because it gives such a polished look with hardly any effort if you use it correctly. I've used a little cloud image here to look like snow near her feet. And then I'm going to die cut this with a slimline die that has stitching, even though I'm not making a slimline card, because it's the easiest way to get a long, even cut that spans the length of the card, yet it leaves a border at the top and bottom. And after that, I run it through again with my rectangle die so I could get the stitched edges on the sides as well, but it's not necessary. You can cut the overhanging pieces with scissors or a craft knife. I've also got a slimline scalloped border die set, and instead of using the matching larger size, I really love using the smaller one. It's perfect because it's longer than my panel, but I don't have to waste a whole sheet of cardstock or special paper underneath. Just cut the scalloped rectangle in half and use the 2 pieces as borders, and then add a bit of scrap paper behind the center to level it out. It's such a good way to stretch your supplies, and I love finding little tricks like that. And as always, I have a few tips and ideas sprinkled throughout this video, so let me know which ones you like the best or if any were new to you. And if you're enjoying this video so far, giving it a thumbs up really helps. YouTube is tough for us creators, and those likes tell YouTube to share it with more people. And if you think any of your crafty friends might enjoy it, sharing the video would mean so much too. Thank you. I'm using one of the member sentiments again, this time one of the blue foiled ones to match the cool wintry theme of this card. I've actually used 5 different sentiments from the member sheets throughout this video, so I'm hoping it gives my members lots more ideas on how they can use theirs too. And you can also print your own sentiment sheets if you're comfortable doing that and have some pretty fonts that you love. And I'll pop a link in the description to where I get all my fonts from. On a couple of my earlier videos where the sentiment sheets were more of a main feature, I've listed and linked each individual font I used so you can easily find them. But I also have a Pinterest board with the fonts that I love as well, and they all link back to finding them easily. As you saw, I used a corner punch to round the sentiments, and then I've stuck them down using double-sided tape and a little glue so they stay permanently. And then this card is all finished. And here's the other card I made off camera. It's the exact same design, but it looks completely different, doesn't it? It's such a lovely, quick way to make cards, and no two will ever turn out the same. And now, as I mentioned earlier, I just couldn't resist using this other gorgeous floral tape. I was literally packing up my craft desk and it was just calling my name. I'm using a sentiment from one of my previous member sheets, and you'll see just how quickly this one came together. Oh, and I just wanted to quickly show you this little tear on one of the images. I didn't end up needing that part anyway, but I wanted you to see how easy it is to pop the pieces back together. And once it's on the card, you can't tell that anything had happened. And here's the finished card. I think the sentiment circle could have been left without the flowers, or even had a little doodled circle drawn around to connect the two sets of flowers. That would have looked really sweet. But I absolutely love how the background flowers turned out. They almost look like a soft watercolor paper with the prettiest gentle sheen. And changing the rose gold borders to a burgundy would completely shift the look too, so that might be something to try next time. So let's take a look at all 8 cards again. Did you have a favourite? I always love hearing which one speaks to you. Sometimes there's a clear winner or two, and other times everyone picks something different. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and even better if it inspired you to get crafty or maybe taught you something new. All of the tapes that I used today were from the Washi Tape Shop, and don't forget they have 20% off during their Black Friday sale. I'm not sure how long the sale runs for, so if you've fallen in love with any of these tapes, now's the perfect time to check them out. And just so you know, if you shop using any of my links in the video's description, I may receive a small commission at no extra cost to you, and it really helps support my channel, so thank you. They also have free international shipping on orders over $30 and for orders under $30 there's a small shipping fee based on your location, and you'll see all the options at checkout so you can decide before purchasing. And to all my US crafting friends, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family and friends. And a big thank you to Betty, Renee and Sin for using the Buy Me a Coffee website or the YouTube Super Thanks last week. And thank you to all my lovely members for supporting my channel. I hope you enjoyed the bonus sentiment sheet this month. There'll be a new one soon because December's coming. More details and another video you might like are coming up on screen shortly. But that's it from me for now. Happy crafting and bye for now.